You ever have that feeling where your business's inventory is like a really badly matched outfit? You know, the shirt's a bit off, the pants don't quite work, and nothing really fits together? Well, today we're going to tailor that whole look to perfection. So stick around as we dive into getting that perfect business fit with physical inventory in SAP MM. So, the biggest problem in any warehouse, or any wardrobe for that matter, is when what you think you have just doesn't match up with what's actually there. And listen, this is more than a small issue. It's a full-blown wardrobe malfunction for your entire business. Yeah, just take a look at this. A messy, disorganized pile. Does this kind of feel like your stock records? Because if what's on the shelf doesn't match what's in your system, you have got a problem. But don't you worry. A complete makeover is about to begin, and we are absolutely gonna fix this mess. All right, every great makeover needs a team of stylists, right? And in our world, it's not just about picking out an outfit. It's about careful planning and flawless execution to really pull it off. So let's meet the two experts who are going to make it all happen. And here they are. Say hello to Shirt. He's our super meticulous planning guy who maps out the whole strategy. And over here, we've got Pants, our execution guy who makes sure everything actually happens on the ground and happens perfectly. Together, they're the team that manages the physical inventory process in SAP. So what is this whole process they're so good at? Well, our planner, Shirt, would tell you it's actually pretty simple. Physical inventory is just the super important job of going out, counting your actual physical stock, and then comparing that count to what the computer system thinks you have. The whole point? To find any differences and make the system tell the truth. And why is this an absolute must-have? Well, for starters, it's often a legal thing. You pretty much have to do a full inventory at least once a year. But the real win is for you. Knowing your stock numbers are accurate is key for your financial reporting. And even more important, it means your production planning is based on reality, not just a guess. Without this, you could end up ordering stuff you don't need, or worse, shutting down production because you're missing a part you thought you had. It's truly the foundation of a well-run business. Okay, now for the makeover itself. We're about to take our inventory from a messy plan to a runway-ready reality. And this isn't just one magic trick. It's a structured, step-by-step process. This entire makeover follows a really simple three-step flow. And you can think of these SAPT codes as the buttons that get the job done. First, Shirt creates the plan. He uses MI01 to generate an inventory document. Next, Pant does the real work on the floor, entering the physical count with MI04. And finally, with MI07, they post any differences they found, tailoring the system to a perfect, accurate fit. You know, just like you wouldn't wear a fancy tuxedo to the beach, there isn't just one way to do an inventory count. Nope, there are different styles for different needs. So let's check out the options and build ourselves a complete wardrobe of inventory styles. First up, you've got the classic, the annual count, or what we call periodic inventory. This is your formal wear. It's a big, comprehensive count of everything, and you usually do it just once a year. It's the most common style out there. Then there's something called cycle counting. Think of this as your favorite casual shirt. You don't just wear it once a year, right? This is for your really high-value or fast-moving items, the stuff you need to check on more often to keep things accurate. Next, we have continuous inventory, which is kind of like a comfy pair of track pants. Instead of counting everything all at once, you count different items on a rolling schedule. You might count some things in January, others in March, and so on, spreading the workload out across the entire year. And finally, there's inventory sampling. This is your pair of shorts, quick, easy, and to the point. You just go out and count a few random materials. If the differences are small, you can pretty much assume the rest of your stock is probably accurate too. It's the perfect quick spot check. But what happens during the makeover when you find a problem? You know, a seam is a little off, a button is missing. In our world, what happens when the numbers just don't match up? Let's call this a classic fashion faux pas. This says it all, doesn't it? The biggest fashion disaster is when that label promises one thing, but reality delivers something totally different. And it's the exact same story with your stock. So let's look at a real example. The plan, our system stock, says we should have 300 of a certain item, but then Pant goes out to the warehouse, does the physical count, and finds that the reality is we only have 240. Whoa, that's a difference of 60 items that are just missing. And this screen shows you perfectly how SAP catches that issue. See it right there? The system flags the difference, plain as day. It shows the book quantity was 300, but the actual counted quantity is 240. And just like that, the system has officially caught the fashion faux pas.
Now, finding the problem is one thing, but fixing it is what creates that final, polished look. This is where we tailor the data to get that perfect fit between what our records say and what's really happening.
By using that final step, MI07, we post the difference and basically tell the system to accept the new reality. That book quantity gets adjusted from 300 down to 240. And with one simple click, the system is updated, the books are accurate, and our whole outfit is perfectly tailored. And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway. When your inventory is accurate, your business just fits better. Your planning gets smarter, your financials become clearer, and your whole operation just runs smoother. Shirt and Pont have officially done their job.
So I'll leave you with this. Take a hard look at your own operations. Is your inventory system tailored for a perfect fit, or is it maybe time for a little makeover? In other words, is your business truly dressed for success?